Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salam. Hayya ala salam. Hayya ala falah. Hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Nahmadullah ta'ala wa nastaghfiru wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Sayyidina Muhammadan abduhu wa habibuhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa azwajihi wa ashabi tabi khulafa rashidin mahdin min ba'di. Wa zamati ala tahqiq uzzu min ba'nati khulafa rasul ala tahqiq umar al-mu'minin Hazrat Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman wa Ali wa ala baqi sahabi tabi'in ridwanullah ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. Ya ayyuhal mu'minul hazirun ittaqullah ta'ala wa ta'inna Allaha ma'al ladhina taqaw alladhina hum muhsinun. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. All praises are due to Allah, to whom belongs whatever is in the earth, whatever is in the heavens, and whatever is in the earth. And to him belongs all praise in the Akhirat. He is full of wisdom, acquainted with all things. He knows what goes down into the earth and what comes out of it, and what comes down from the skies and what goes up to them. And he is the most merciful, the forgiving. The unbelievers say, the hour will not come to us. Say, yes, by my Lord, it will definitely come upon you. Allah is the knower of the unseen. Not absent from him is an atom's weight within the heavens or the earth, nor anything smaller than that or bigger, except that it is in a clear record, that he may reward those who believe and do good deeds. For them is forgiveness and noble provision. Rizqun Kareem. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon our Master, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajha describing him, alayhi salatu wasalam, saying, he was not too tall nor too short. He was medium-sized. His hair was not short and curly, but had curls. His face was not narrow, nor was it fully round, but there was a roundness to it. His skin was white and rosy. His eyes were black. He had long eyelashes. He was big-boned and had wide shoulders. He had no body hair except in the middle of his chest. He had thick hands and feet. When he walked inclined, as if walking down from a high place. When he looked at someone, he looked at them in full face. Between his shoulders was a seal of prophecy, the sign that he was the last of the prophets. He was the most generous-hearted of men, the most truthful of them in speech, the most mild-tempered of them, and the noblest of them in lineage. Whoever saw him unexpectedly was in awe of him, and whoever associated with him familiarly loved him. Anyone who would describe him would say, I never saw, before him or after him, the like of him. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. And may peace and blessings be upon his noble family and his blessed companions, especially upon the Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Omar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them sincerely until the last days. O believers, believers should not die without the love of Allah and His Prophet and their friends in our hearts. That love is the only thing that makes the life of this world bearable and worth living. Without that love, this dunya is going to drag us inside, and we will die, and we will live and we'll die without any hope. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, love Allah for the favors that He grants you. Love me for the love of Allah. And love my Ahlul Bayt for my love. And He's saying, alayhi wasalam, none of you has faith until I am more beloved to him than his children, his father, and all of humanity. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ is teaching us a dua, saying, Ya Rabbi, grant me your love. Grant me that I love those who love you. Grant me that I might do the deeds that win your love. Make your love dearer to me than the love of myself, my family, and wealth. In this Akhir Zaman, the meaning of love, the creator of love, has been completely corrupted and misunderstood and polluted. Love is created by Allah. Love is not from your ego or from this dunya. It is a divine quality. In this language, in the West especially, they use love for the most common thing. Everything that you hear is about love. When they talk about their dogs, they say love. When they talk about pizza, they say love. How can that word love, that is a divine quality, a divine name, how can it be applied to Allah and His Prophet and to the friends of Allah if it is used in the same way for the low things? Islam has its own prophet, its own culture, its own civilization, its own lifestyle. And we have our own words, and we have our own meanings for love. The awliya Allah saying that love has 10 different stages. It is going from hawa, attraction, moving to wajd, which is non-stop thinking about the beloved, moving to najwa, when the heart is burning, to wasab, non-stop pain, moving to istikana, submitting to the beloved, and finally, to the highest level of that love, to ashq. Sahib al-Sayf is defining this for us, saying ashq. Ashq is a passion that moves you. It moves you to do things for Allah's sake. It moves you to love for Allah's sake. It moves you to hate for Allah's sake. It moves you to live for Allah's sake. It moves you to die for Allah's sake. It moves you to take for Allah's sake. And it moves you to give for Allah's sake. That is what ashq is. That's what passion is. The Sahabi Kiram, they had passion. They had love in their hearts. But their love in their hearts, it was not given to their father or to their mother, to their children or to their wealth, to their tribe or to their lineage. All these loves, Prophet came to destroy. They had love in their hearts only towards the Prophet ﷺ and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And their lives were turned upside down with this love. This love did not transform their lives to become a worldly paradise. When they had that love to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, this world, materially, it became like a suffering for them. But this is the material. Because in their hearts and in their spirit, they are in paradise and higher than paradise, because they had that love and that ashk for the Holy Prophet ﷺ, for Allah's sake. This is what is moving them to do what they did. They had love in their hearts towards the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Their lives was very difficult. There was lots of hardship in their lives. But the Prophet was at the top. Prophet was a priority in their life. Prophet was the only thing that was keeping them going in their life. When somebody was mentioning the name of the Prophet, their hand was going there, right to their chest, because their hearts would move. Their hearts would squeeze from that passion as if they have a heart attack. And they have to put their hands on their hearts to stop their heart from coming out from that chest. Not like today's Muslims, which is becoming a tradition, that they just do that just like robots. When the name of the Prophet was mentioned, their heart was moving so fast that it was ready to move from its place, that they were holding their heart like that. The passion that they had, the love that they had for the Prophet made their heart beat more rapidly than they were holding it. It was moving from its place. So much love there was inside them. People are looking for beauty. Beauty is the creation of Allah, and Allah loves beauty. It is something that is given to everything, and it is something, the appreciation of it is given especially to mankind. This is a beautiful way to live. To love Allah, to love His Prophet, to love your guide more than yourself. Isn't the highest form of humanity to live not for your ego and not for your desires, not for your dunya, but for others, and to serve your Lord? Isn't that the essence of every wisdom, of every teaching? To sacrifice yourself for the one that you love. And that is Islam. That is the truth of Islam. That is the way of the Holy Prophet. That is the way of the Ahlul Bayt, and that is the way of the Sahabi Kiram. But people became slave to what they think Islam is. They follow a faith that they have constructed for themselves, a faith that is put together with bits and pieces of things that they have heard in their lives. Because they refuse tradition of 1400 years. You refuse the alims and the scholars of 1400 years. You refuse the righteous and the awliya of 1400 years, because today's Muslims think we know better than all of them put together. We learn Islam only from ourselves and not from others. And everyone thinks we have a direct connection to Allah, and we have a direct connection to what Allah wants us to do. So we read the Quran, we read some hadith, we listen to some YouTube lecture, and that becomes our belief. That becomes our iman. That is not real iman, because it is not iman in Allah. It is not the iman that the Prophet, who is a prophet of faith, that he came to teach us. It is an iman that we invented to ourselves, which is in reality, it becomes an idol. The ashk, it comes to break that idol. That is why every awliya, every friend of Allah, they are saying, leave that fake religion you make to yourself and now submit yourself to the real faith. That is why the great wali, Sultan Bahu, is saying, believers, pray to Allah for the protection of iman. But very few pray for the gift of His ashk. I am ashamed at what they ask for, even more at what they are willing to give up. Their iman has no idea of where ashk can take us. Ya Rabbi, keep my ashk for you alive. Bahu is saying, I will sell my iman for that price. Holy Prophet ﷺ came to break the idols. And that message to break the idols, it is still continuing. And it will continue until Judgment Day. Not just in the Kaaba, but the idols that sits in our hearts, that every day we're worshipping to and we're adding it to. Holy Prophet ﷺ came to break the idol of false selves, false identities that we have made for ourselves, and to give us our reality. This is why Maulana Rumi is saying, say Bismillah like the Imam does when he cuts the animal. Bismillah to your ego and find your real name. When the Sahaba Kiram, when they found their real names, when they found their realities, it was found through the ashq of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And in reality, it is that ashq that brings a person to honor and safety in the divine presence. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, O people, listen to this, understand it and know it. Allah has servants who are neither prophets nor martyrs, and whom the prophets and the martyrs, they yearn to be like, due to their seat and to their nearness to Allah. One of the Bedouin Arabs who came from among the most isolated of people twisted his hand at the Prophet and said, Ya Rasulullah, people from humankind who are neither prophets nor martyrs, and yet the prophets and the martyrs, they are eager to be like them due to their seat and proximity in relation to Allah. Describe them for us. And the Prophet's face showed delight at the Bedouin's question, and he said, they are of the strangers from this and that land. They frequent this or that tribe without belonging to them. They do not have family connections amongst themselves. They love one another for Allah's sake. They are of pure intent towards one another. On the day of resurrection, Allah will place for them pedestals, columns of light, upon which He will make them sit, and He will turn their faces and clothes into light. On the day of resurrection, the people will be terrified, but not those ones. They are Allah's friends. They are the awliya, whom fear comes not, nor do they grieve. Look at this hadith carefully. Holy Prophet ﷺ, he is delighted to describe these beloveds of Allah. Is he describing their prayers? Is he describing their worship? Is he describing their learning or their knowledge? No. He is describing their ashq. He is describing their adab. He is describing their sacrifice. Your ashq, your adab, your qurban, those will continue with you, and they will decorate you on the Day of Judgment. They will honor you so much that the prophets and the shaheeds will want to be like you. They will make you beloved to Allah and His Prophet. They will make you to reach to become Hazrati Insan. That is the reality of ashq. That is the power of the ashq. That is the ashq we are striving for. Because that is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. That is what his life is. Look at the second of the two in the cave. Look at Siddiq al-Akbar. He is the peer of our tariqat. He is a peer for anyone who wants to learn what is ashq. Every moment of his life is a lesson for us. After the conquest of Mecca, Hazrat Abu Bakr brought his own father to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. After the Muslims had won and they were given victory and they came back to Mecca victorious, and there were those still that did not take bayat with the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And Hazrat Abu Bakr's father was one of them. And after the conquest, Hazrat Abu Bakr's father was brought to the presence of the Holy Prophet. He was very old, with long white beard, and he was walking with a limp. So Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Abu Bakr, why didn't you leave your father at home? I would have gone to visit him. Hazrat Abu Bakr said, Ya Rasulullah, you are the Prophet of Allah, and my father is a non-Muslim. He must come to you. At that time, Hazrat Abu Bakr's father gave bayat and shahadat with the Holy Prophet. And Hazrat Abu Bakr Then he started crying. And he was crying so much. Hazrat Abu Bakr has been inviting his father to Islam for 21 years. And now he was giving bayat and shahadat. And Holy Prophet was asking him, Ya Abu Bakr, why are you crying? Hazrat Abu Bakr said, Ya Rasulullah, I am crying because I wish that it was Abu Talib and not my father who was giving you bayat and shahadat, because that would have made you more happy, and that is more beloved to me. That ashq was not just for the men, the female sahabis, the sahabiyat. They are also showing what it means to have that love. That when women of today look at them, you will definitely say that they are crazy and it is impossible to reach where they are. Hazrat Nusayba bint Ka'b, whose other name was Amara, listen to what she did. It was in the Battle of Uhud. Her job was to give water to the people and to become a nurse. But then during the battle, the people started yelling and screaming, saying that the Holy Prophet had been killed. So many people, they retreated and ran away from that battlefield. She saw one man who was running away, and she took his armor and his sword away from him. She ran right to where Holy Prophet ﷺ was. When she saw that he was alive, she started fighting and defending him. She was fighting so strongly, she was even fighting the people who were trying to attack the Prophet with swords. She was so brave that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, whenever I turned left or right, I saw Nusayba fighting for my sake. She was wounded very heavily, and Holy Prophet told everyone to take care of her, and he started praying for her. She looked at the Holy Prophet ﷺ's blessed face and said, Ya Rasulullah, please pray that we stay together with you in paradise. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Rabbi, make them my companions in the garden. After that she said, now I don't care what happens to me in this world. This ashq makes this world worth living. Without this, you're like a dead person. And every excitement and every entertainment and everything sweet from this world will become tasteless, and it will become bitter. Because we have not been created for these pleasures of this world. Without the ashq, whatever life you live is like a dead person. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, a person without love and passion is not human. He is rubbish. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us to be in the sohbat of His friends. He has blessed us to be in the sohbat of Sahib al-Sayf. He taught us what ashq is, and not through the book. He taught us what ashq is through His life. He taught us what ashq is when he would say Allah during the zikr with so much heart and so much sincerity that the skies, they were shaking. He taught us what ashq is when he traveled every corner of the world just to spread the teachings of Sultan al-Awliya and the light of Islam, even when the enemies within and without were striking him and slandering him. He taught us ashq when he stood strong in the face of the tyrants and he spoke the truth. And he taught us ashq when he gave his life in this way. His ashq is showing in his words when he says, I put my neck under the feet of Shaykh Maulana, and every blood that is in my body is sacrificed to him. I will never ask if he's doing right or wrong, because I know that he's doing right. And even if it is something that looks like it's not right, definitely I trust and I follow his footsteps. And everything that I'm doing in this country for 35 years, all those who know me know that I'm following his footsteps, even though so many of them don't like me because of that. And I have no fear and I have no worry. Even if he says to me the worst words in this world, inshallah, I'm over 50 years old and I didn't change my heart to him one time. I'm not intending to change it until the last breath. We are serving Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani for 5 generations. My grandfather, my father, me, my son, and my grandson. We are serving him. We are making the intention to live with that same ashq. The reason for Islam, the reason for your prayers, the reason for your fasting, the reason for your zakat, the reason for your hajj, all of it is to make that ashq wake up inside of us. It is to make us love Allah and His Prophet and the awliya more than anything else. It is to love them more than you love yourself. Otherwise, we will not have iman. We will not have faith. It is to sacrifice your ego and gain the honor of becoming their qurban. This is real Islam. This is the Islam that the Prophet and his companions and the Ahlul Bayt and the righteous scholars and the Salihin and the awliya Allah, they were showing us. This is what gives our life honor. Shaykh Effendi is saying, whatever man wants, really and sincerely, Allah opens their way. We don't want to go to war to kill people, but we should be able to be strong and stand up for Islam and to give our lives if necessary, because we only have that. And the only thing in our life is faith, nothing else. Everything is passing. If you give the shahids of Chanakala 1,000 lives, they will all give that life back 1,000 times to die for the sake of Allah. If Allah gives them life continuously saying, I'm giving you this life, go to the world and live the pleasures, they say, no, we will never want to go to that world, but give us that life to go and to die for you again and again and again and again in your way. That's how much pleasure Allah is giving the believers when they are sacrificing their lives for Allah. They are trying to remove this faith and remove this feeling away from the Muslims today. So many Muslims have already lost this feeling. They say it's okay to give them what they want, and I just continue with my life. If those people were to think the same way as we are thinking today, then today we will not have Islam. So we are not guaranteeing too much for our future if we continue thinking like that. We're not guaranteeing that Islam is going to reach to our children and our grandchildren. The more you give up, the more every generation that is coming is giving up. But we have only a limited time in this life anyway. If we sacrifice that for Allah's sake, then inshallah we will find endless happiness. And the words of the friends of Allah speak the truth. O believers, our heart, do not give it to the dunya. We should not give the most precious part of ourselves to this lying world, to our desires, or to our nafs. Hazrat Malik bin Dinar radiallahu anh said, whoever proposes to this dunya, whoever wants to marry this dunya, then the dunya won't be satisfied until he gives up his deen as the dowry. Give your heart to the one who deserves it. Give your heart to the one who designed it as his own throne. Inshallah Rahman, may we live for this reason and may we die for this reason. May Allah forgive us. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah lazim alazi. La ilaha illa wa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة إن دين عند الله الإسلام قام الصلاة اللهم صل وسلم
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله